What's up, guys? Here with you with FC Wonderkid, episode 33. Here with my guy, Breton. How are you?
Uh, I'm doing great because I know what's about to come. Alex Bryce is going to go insane.
You could use just the catchphrase bold, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
No?
I could use bold, but I feel like this is going to be a little bit beyond bold. It's no, but it's always good to be here with you. Episode 33. Let's get to it because we got a lot to talk about. No better place to start than where?
The Ballon d'Or debate, man. Like, what was that? If we're going to start with it, we're going to start bold and robbery. The robbery we saw that day was insane. Messi winning the Ballon d'Or ahead of Lewandowski, man. I don't care, man. It's insane. It's a robbery. It shouldn't have happened. And I can mention, I had something I really wanted to say on the pod, man. Ruben Dias, 26th position. 26. Kjaer is 18th. Yeah. Okay? 18th. So you're telling me Ruben Dias is 26.
I know.
Best player in the Premier League. Best player in Salah, not even in the top 10.
Yeah.
Salah, not even. Oh, no, Salah 7th. Sorry. Not even in the top 5. Salah should have been in the top 5, man.
Yeah,
a complete disgrace.
I completely understand where you're coming from. What we want to make sure that we're saying here is that this is not Lionel Messi's fault, right? And congratulations to Leo Messi for winning his 7th record Ballon d'Or. And by the way, and this is, I have to preface this. This is sarcasm. It's also PSG's first player winning a Ballon d'Or.
Coincidence? Coincidence? I think Donnarumma ahead of Mendy.
Yeah.
Donnarumma ahead of Mendy.
The Yashin. Yep.
What was that? What was that?
Know.
I don't know the criteria. Some years the Champions League is all of a sudden the Holy Grail. Now it's Copa America.
Yeah.
Well, why is that, man? Eduard Vargas, top goal scorer in 2 Copa Americas. No one mentions him.
Right.
We have Alexis Sanchez with Chile winning Copa America, top goal scorer, 48 goals and assists. And he's not even in the top 20 of the Ballon d'Or. Not even in that 2016 season at Arsenal. And he ended up second. Second in our position for Arsenal, Alexis Sanchez, and not even in the Ballon d'Or debate. So what is this criteria, people? That's why it's a robbery, man. That's why it's a robbery.
I hear you, and I just feel like it changes with the wind. It's hundreds of journalists that vote on this. So while I'd like to say that there's some big cabal out there that is conspiring against Robert Lewandowski or conspiring against Alexis Sanchez, I just don't think that's the case. But what I want to say is, hey, Lionel Messi won his 7th. All right. And you know what's class? Robert Lewandowski. Okay. He apparently knew that he was not going to win heading into this. Okay. Just according to, some things that we've read, some reports that have come out, and he still showed up dapper, classy, humble. And listen, COVID messed up a lot of things last year. But Messi at least said France football should award last year's Ballon d'Or, and they should give it to Robert Lewandowski. Okay, I agree with that sentiment. So what did they do? It's almost disrespectful in some respects.
It is disrespectful. They gave him a pizza roller, mate. Yeah. That's why it's so disrespectful. They created an award for Lewandowski.
Striker of the Year. Congratulations.
And I'll be honest. You were mentioning there. I don't believe that they'll hate Lewandowski or they'll hate Alexis Sanchez. Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing. I certainly believe France football hates Cristiano Ronaldo. Hates. He's the most hated athlete of all time, this man, Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's by no means, okay, it's not, there's a reason why Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't go to that award ceremony.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you, it's not because his butt hurt. He knows what happens in the back. Modric winning a Ballon d'Or ahead of him. If Modric wins a Ballon d'Or ahead of Ronaldo,
Yeah.
come on, what should have happened? What should Lewandowski receive?
Yeah.
5 Ballon d'Ors? Like,
Yeah.
what's this?
I don't
Like,
know.
I don't get it, man. I don't
I
get
don't know.
I wanted to say this, man, because I really believe now. Most hated player of all time, Ronaldo.
Yeah. Well, it is a little bizarre that the only countries that voted him number one were Nicaragua, Mozambique, Macau, Kyrgyzstan. So I mean, I don't think that there's. I don't know. Do I think he was out of the top 5? Right? He was out of the top 5.
He was 6th. Ronaldo was positioned 6th. I just want to know the criteria. Is this really the best player? If Jorginho's 3rd and Ronaldo's 6th, and this is my football ability, mate. Yeah. People need to get educated big time, mate. Yeah. Big time. I see Kante number 1. Okay, right. I saw Joaquim Rita of Seek. I'm going to put out 9 names, okay? Portuguese journalist. Yeah. He put Kante number 1, okay? I was out there. He didn't even put Messi in the top 5.
No, he didn't.
What? Like, what? And he puts Kante number 1. Okay, like, look, I'm not a Messi hater. Messi should be in the top 3, top 2, okay? Yes. But Lewandowski, give it to him. And I have to say, too, I know I'm bashing him a lot with Ronaldo anti, because Ronaldo needs defense, too. But Messi, man, he kept his posture. And he was classy by saying, I have to agree with you, Breton. I mean, Lewandowski should have won at least last year's Ballon d'Or.
The man is always classy, Messi, and Lewandowski very clearly is classier than all hell. I mean, imagine that. Knowing that you are not going to get it, and yet you sit there, you smile, and you're just respectful. You're respectful to the winner. Even, I mean, everyone was doing the talking for Robert Lewandowski, basically saying, Thomas Mueller, a lot of these, a lot of former players came out and said it was highway robbery. But it's
too, like, Breton, this is what annoys me the most is people don't understand the importance that this is. Okay, now Messi has the bragging rights to say he has 7 Ballon d'Ors and Ronaldo has 5. Yeah. Okay, this is the bragging rights. Modric stole a Ballon d'Or to Ronaldo. Okay, and now Messi's getting a Ballon d'Or he doesn't deserve that Lewandowski does. The GOAT talk, okay, is being in question. The corruption. I have to say this, man, because this is what it's the books. The books have the awards, and 7. Does he deserve the 7, man? This is just like boxing. People are saying boxing is corrupt. Look at football, man. Look at this, man.
Well, if there's one thing that takes a hit here, it's the Ballon d'Or. It's the Ballon d'Or, and whether or not you take it seriously as a metric, for the eternal GOAT debate. But really, I mean, nothing takes away from the fact that some days later, Cristiano Ronaldo scores 2 goals, and now he's up to 801 goals scored. So, and we'll talk about that in a second. But before we get off that, one thing that blew my mind, and there are clips out there where you and I are talking about Jorginho being in the Ballon d'Or talk. But I was not in the camp of him getting number 1 with as many countries or journalists from countries that actually gave him first place votes. And that tells you all you need to know. International was overweighted a whole lot this year, a whole lot. The fact that Italy won, and the fact that the Champions League is very results oriented instead of being statistical in nature, because yes, Argentina winning the Copa America obviously pulled a lot of weight this year when it didn't multiple years ago. So you're right. There needs to be a standard. It needs to be as transparent as possible. Jorginho had a phenomenal year, but for him to get that many first place votes was surprising as all get out for me. So, hey, at least we can say that it's great argument material. And that's all it is. It is. And I understand that these players, like you said, Robert Lewandowski he's not going to rest on his laurels. The guy is already leading the season this year, leading every player in the world in the top 15 leagues in goal involvements, right? Beating Salah, beating Benzema, beating Messi, beating Cristiano Ronaldo. What was that?
Haaland's coming, though. I just want to say that.
Oh, yeah, Haaland is coming. And he was what? He was top 15, top 12, whatever that was. But, hey, man, it's tough.
I agree with you. The criteria is like we need more transparency in towards if it's players' ability, awards, like maybe they should do points system. Like if you win a World Cup, you get a point. Like maybe it should be like that. No corruption indeed. Okay. So guys, anything we've missed out, okay, in the Ballon d'Or, please put down in the comment section below. Like the video, okay? And yeah, just tell us what have we missed from the Ballon d'Or. We love a good talk. So next,
yeah, we need to get your blood pressure down. What's next here,
man? Like, yeah, true. This Ronaldo thing puts me bonkers always. So
well, I do have a quick question for you.
Tell me.
If he wasn't Portuguese, would you feel this invested?
I don't think I would, honestly, because I think the fact that I'm Portuguese, I know where he's coming from, and it's the fact that the Ronaldo came from, like, I know Messi came from the poor, but Ronaldo, like, he came from the poor of the poor. His dad wasn't, he had a vice, man, and he did it. And all the odds were against Ronaldo, man, and that's why, and there still are, man. And that's why I gotta defend my man Ronaldo, man. Okay, now that he's succeeded everything.
And I get you, but here's what here's what this solidifies for us. Cristiano Ronaldo is 36 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
This disrespect that we've seen in this voting process, right? Probably guarantees that he plays till 46. And goes past the 1,000 goal mark. Okay, hyperbole, maybe, over exaggeration, absolutely. But Cristiano Ronaldo is a man that is fueled by chips on his shoulder, and I think he's going to be okay.
This is the fuel, man. This is the fuel he needed. He might win another one. I don't know. Let's see.
And I do have to say, before we get off this, at 31, and Robert Lewandowski with already 27 goals this year, they're absolutely right. 27 goal involvements, I should say. They're absolutely right. It is now time for Bayern to shut people up, win the Champions League, and get Robert Lewandowski up on that pedestal. I don't think Mo Salah and Karim Benzema are going to allow that, but he's off to a damn good start this season.
Let's see. And Bayern have a top 3. Musiala was in the Copa Trophy, so that's wonderful to see. So guys, again, anything we forgot to mention the Ballon d'Or, put down in the comment section below. So now, general news. Okay. I gotta start again with Ronaldo. 801 career goals, professional goals. Okay. Most goals scored in the history of football. Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's true.
Big up, big mention. And Arsenal. Okay, that was a clutch win, okay, against Arsenal. So big up to man Ronaldo, okay, putting up the numbers. And it's crazy. I think someone has, if you're going to beat this record, you have to score 40 goals, 20 seasons, okay? 40 goals, 20 seasons for you to beat this record of Cristiano Ronaldo. So I don't see other people do that this early, okay? Maybe Haaland and Mbappe are at that rate, but I don't see other people going for it.
And the crazy thing there is just how healthy he's remained, right, over the years. Because that's like a variable that you honestly can't control. No matter how strong Cristiano Ronaldo is and how much he chisels himself, right? There's always the prospect that some guy comes in and 2-foots him, right, in order to take him out of a game. And somehow he has managed to push through that. And like you said, to make our math easy, over 20 seasons, that would be 40 goals for club and country. And that's just insane. So I got to ask, if I give you, how much money would you put down on him potentially scoring 1,000 goals in his career?
I really think he will score 1,000 goals. I really think Ronaldo is going to score 1,000 career professional goals, man. I think he's gunning for that number. I think Ronaldo is gunning for that number. So guys, I think that will happen.
Yeah, and Ralph Rangnick, if there's one thing that he saw right away, it is the fact that at 36, he is a physical freak of nature. And if we're talking about 40 goals a season on average, by my metrics here and easy math, that's 5 more years. So at 41, Cristiano Ronaldo could potentially hit the 1,000 goal mark. That would be insane. That would be absolutely insane.
And Ralph Rangnick is seeing Sancho. All of a sudden, Sancho is now spicing up now that Oli has left. Okay, and you're mentioning he's hyped with Ronaldo. Ragnick must be hyped with Sancho too, man. 2 goals in the last 2 games. It's looking good, man.
It is
looking good.
It is, and that's not, he's name dropped pretty much every U23. But what we love about Ralph Rangnick and what we've seen is that he's had his hand or his influence on a lot of these U23 stars that we all know and love today, and even some that have obviously graduated from Wonderkid status, like Sadio Mane. That this guy knows what he's doing. So, but we got to give props where props are due. Michael Carrick was asked to come in, be the caretaker. What was it? 2 wins, right? 2 wins.
Well,
moving on.
Yes, the Champions League. Yes.
So it's a new day. It's a new day for Manchester United. It'll be interesting to see what they do. But I'll tell you what, I was going in on that 801 goals, right? Going down the rabbit hole of looking at where he scored them. And I really think we got to put in perspective and one day maybe just deep dive that Real Madrid team. Ronaldo's stint at Real Madrid was just absolutely unreal. Okay. 450 goals, 132 assists in 438 games, 4 Champions League titles, 4 Ballon d'Ors that he won during that period of time. And yet, surprisingly, because there was another team out there, I forget their name, you might remember. He only won 2 La Liga titles and 1 La Liga Player of the Year. 1 over that time period. I mean, for a guy he just did so much for that club, that unbelievable form, it just can't be replicated. It's unbelievable.
I agree.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo is the definition of a Galactico.
Yeah.
With what you just said, man.
It's true.
He is the definition of a Galactico. Out of this earth, man. And now let's see what Man United. But I wanted to say something here in the news that I saw a quote by Laporta saying, I'm going to read it. I like Dembele. For me, it's clear. He's better than Mbappe. So
Guys,
we have the president of Barcelona saying that Dembele is better than Mbappe. What do I read in this?
Diluted.
A lot, and a lots of clubs are in for Dembele, man.
Yeah.
A lots of clubs must be asking around to the agent of Dembele, what's happening? What's the situation now at Barcelona? Because if their own president is saying he's next to Mbappe level, man,
he's selling him tomorrow. It's all a ploy. It's look at my shiny object who's injury prone. And it's
look, if Dembele isn't injury prone, I'll just say this. I'll just be that guy. Okay, if Dembele isn't injury prone, he'll be at the level of close Mbappe. Okay, I don't want to say same level, but he'll be one of the best wingers in the world, man. If he gets consistent and exactly big if. But I just had to put it out there, man. I saw that quote. I was like, he's going bold.
Yeah.
Laporta going bold. But
I don't know. I mean, I honestly feel like that could be a sales tactic in some respects. But wow, I kind of laughed to myself when that was announced. But I really do hope, and I think you agree with me that Ousmane Dembele, if we can just get a full season out of him, I think football is better for it. So just somebody donate your knees, donate your ankles, donate your calves, whatever he needs. I'll give it to him. And I just want to see Ousmane Dembele bombing down the wing and scoring goals for fun.
There you go. Yeah. Dembele, sure, he sure can do that.
He absolutely can. But hey, we got to go back. I'm wearing my Palmeiras jersey to celebrate their Copa Libertadores win. But we have to there is some big news from Brazil. We got to give credit where credit's due, right? Atletico Mineiro. Okay. They just won their first Brazilian title in 50 years. 50 years. And are you ready for the name?
Hulk?
Yes. The name that took them there. Hulk. Absolutely right.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. Right. I'm sorry. With a nice cameo from a certain Diego Costa coming in late in the season and scoring some key goals for them. But, I just thought, Palmeiras winning the Copa Libertadores 2 times in a row, that's wonderful. But they were about 15, 18 points behind Atletico Mineiro. And I was kind of surprising that they hadn't won in 50 years. But they're not widely seen as one of the giants of Brazilian football. So yeah, Hulk and Diego Costa helped them get it done. And on top of that, they're not done yet. They got the Copa do Brasil final coming up, so they can do a double.
They got a ton of fans though, Brett, in Athletic Mineiro, man. They got a lot of fans. But I'll say this though, Hulk, it's fantastic to see him now performing in Brazil. And I just want to say an opinion.
Yeah,
Hulk for me at Porto was a top 5 player in form in the world, man. That's how good, man, this guy was at Porto. He was ridiculous. I thought that Chelsea was gonna get him. Okay, I really thought a big team because he was so good, so good. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of slack for this, but trust me, guys, Hulk was one of the best players I've ever seen in Portugal. No doubt.
That's
Hulk
a big
was
statement. Okay.
Yeah, I'm surely Hulk at Porto was one of the best, man. One of the best, better than I don't know, better than a lot of players, 99% of players I've seen in Portugal. He was special player.
All right.
Special.
Well,
he left for 60 million, man. So Zenit, 60 million.
Yeah, where did he go after Porto?
Zenit paid 60 million to Porto because he was gonna go to the Prem. Hulk. He was a top 5 player in the world in form. I'm going bold, man, because he really was. He really was really fantastic. Woo.
Well, it is great to see. I mean, he's at the twilight of his career, I guess you could say, but to lead a team to the
I gotta ask you this though, Breton. What's happening with Jesse March? What is happening with Jesse March? 3 months.
You're gonna do that to me? Are you? You're just trying to set up Ruben Amorim with his next.
I'll be honest with you. Ruben Amorim is above Leipzig right now. Okay, he'll coach above Leipzig.
I actually agree with you there, and I know you. I think in your live you did mention him as maybe a potential candidate, long-term candidate for Manchester United, right?
Look, I'll tell you this. If Ralf Ragnick has a decision between Erik ten Hag and Ruben Amorim, if Erik ten Hag is off limits because of contract, go for Ruben Amorim, man.
Sure,
it makes sense. But that's a whole different conversation.
Well, and I'll tell you what's wrong with Jesse Marsh.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Jesse Marsh, I think he's just being way too stubborn in terms of changing his playing style. It ain't working. And Cristo Nkunku can only score so many goals to keep you in the game, but your defense is a sieve, and it's just not working for him. And he's got to change things up, and he hasn't. So I don't think he's going to last through the end of this year, sadly. And I don't know what's next for him. All I know is that the previous American manager that has been there in this position or this type of a position was Bob Bradley, and he only lasted 16 days or I don't know, like 2 months or whatever it was at Swansea City back in that fateful relegation year for Swansea. I think Renato Sanchez was there at that time. But yeah, Jesse Marsh, unfortunately, I think he's done. He's done.
This is not a good rep for U.S. coaches. I'll just say that to Breton, to you, man. It's not a good rep, man.
No,
this is. Look, and I think he's gonna go this week. I saw some reports saying that this weekend they were considering to let him go.
And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I mean, they've taken a step back, and it's.
Oh man,
I don't know.
Look, I wanted to. That's sad time. So guys, tell us in the comment section who should coach RB Leipzig. I like to see. Love to see your suggestions, man. And I wanted to say another comment I see here was Tuchel. Okay, saying he knows that Declan Rice was a Chelsea academy player. Okay, and he's an England national team player. So of course Chelsea's going to take in consideration that. But I found that funny after, let's say, West Ham beating Chelsea this weekend. Okay, so the Declan Rice propaganda to Chelsea, I think it might happen. Next season, Breton.
It could, because it clearly, they didn't win that midfield today. That's for sure. And Declan Rice would do wonders, would do absolute wonders at Chelsea. But yeah, that game was. You watched that game, I would assume. That was
I did, man. And Jorginho.
Yeah.
Jorginho hasn't been looking good lately, man. That United moment and now against Chelsea, I think he was too passive. That's the thing with Jorginho. But going back to Rice, okay, that's the big question. Does Declan Rice go to Chelsea, his boyhood club? Does he go to Man United that do need him more? I reckon, because Chelsea's full of midfielders. Or does he just go bold and go to a safe team like Man City? Or yeah, he's gonna stay in the Premier.
I mean, I think the answer to your question might come in the fact, or come in the form of another question, which is, do you think West Ham has what it takes for Champions League football? Because I feel like that would really be the only leverage that would keep a Declan Rice from making a big splash transfer somewhere. And that's the question. We'll pose it to the we'll pose it to the listeners here. Do you think West Ham United can make the Champions League? That would be pretty damn amazing, considering
what I saw today. What I saw today was really good football, man. And I'll tell you, nobody beats West Ham at home in form.
Yeah.
That's a statement. They've proven against Liverpool. They've proven against Chelsea. David Moyes pulling the strings.
Yeah.
I don't know what that man's doing, but he's doing an excellent job at West Ham. And answering your question too, West Ham have to invest, okay? They have to invest, okay? And improve the team even more, okay? Because if this is a long-term project for Declan Rice, they have to improve it more. But having the stadium, they have the fans. They even have the song "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles." They got it all.
They do. I agree. I agree.
It can go right.
Could West Ham be a sleeping giant? I don't know, but I'm sure there's a lot of football managers out there playing Football Manager that have led them to the promised land. That's for sure. So, but before we move on from the Premier League, I do have to say it warms my heart to see James Maddison starting to heat up again. You seen this? He's got 3 goals, 3 assists in his last 3 games for Leicester City. And, I know he's taken a little bit of a hiatus from, being the James Maddison that used to be linked with Arsenal, used to be linked with a bunch of the big teams. But it's nice to see him coming back around before we move on to the actual Wonderkids. But he's just one. James Maddison, Mason Mount is actually playing well. Even though today, he had a goal and assist today against West Ham. He had a goal and assist the other day against Watford. I understand it was Watford, but it's just nice to see some of these guys.
Mason Mount, it was a slick pass though too. Like Mason Mount is really proving. Mason Mount is the type of player that consistently, day in, day out, proves himself, and he's consistent. That's why I really like him.
Yeah.
So you're saying that to go to the Wonderkids, and I'm happy about that because I wanted to talk about Vlahovic, the big beast in Fiorentina. 14 goals in 16 games. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the guy. I'm starting to think, man. City, just go and get him. Yeah. Just go and get him. Okay. Cheap price for 70 million.
Yeah.
14 goals again in 16 games.
Yeah.
Snatch up Vlahovic. Guardiola would love it.
Yeah, a couple months ago when we talked about the potential price tag for Vlahovic, people were kind of scoffing at it, and now it kind of seems like it's cheap. It is cheap for a guy that he's 21 years old and he's got, I don't even know how many anymore. I had it on my notes last time, but it's like 30 some goals in Serie A over the last season and a half. It's unbelievable. And okay, you can argue he's doing some of it from the penalty spot, but no, not in the game we saw the other day. So yeah, I agree. Someone just needs to make a bold move, get it done, get Vlahovic in early in the transfer window, not at the end of it, and get him integrated and get him scoring goals elsewhere. But
I think that's the plan. I saw that Fabrizio Romano said it. There was an inquiry made by Arsenal. Okay. And if that's a serious inquiry,
big move.
Good job, Arsenal, man. Good job, Arsenal. If you get Vlahovic, City's quaking their boots in defense. Liverpool's quaking their boots in defense. And surely United, even with Varane, they're quaking their boots because they have Maguire. So Vlahovic would be an excellent addition to that Arsenal attack.
And another one that really surprised me Have you seen all this transfer talk about Ferran Torres?
Shit.
You know,
Yes.
I mean, I'm surprised more than anything else because, okay, I get it, right? It's a very, very intriguing concept. Xavi coming in, he's got a bunch of like 11-year-olds that are going to run around the pitch and score bazillion goals and win La Liga in 3 years. I understand the project. Again, hyperbole there. I know it's not. I know Pedri's not 11. But Ferran Torres is at arguably one of the largest clubs in the world, right? And he's surrounded by some of the best talent on the planet, with one of the best managers on the planet that has a plan and has a chip on his shoulder to win the Champions League finally. And oh, by the way, if he wins the Premier League again too, that's kind of cool, right? But why would you leave Ferran? Why would Ferran leave Manchester City for Barcelona, accept a lower salary? For a project. It is a project. We are kidding ourselves if we think Xavi's going to come in and transform the club like that. It's going to take time. Ferran Torres leaving, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So help me rationalize it. I'll
help you rationalize it. It's clear as day that Ferran Torres had a good chat with Luis Enrique, man. Okay, because the quicks. But look at the Spanish national team, okay? They're only selecting players from Barcelona, man, okay? And I'll be honest with you, it's a good plan, okay, for Ferran Torres to go to Barcelona. I like it. I like it because I said it previously on the pod. Ferran Torres is so similar to David Villa, man. So similar. And both were even at Valencia.
Yeah.
But I really do think he's going to add... And he's going to add numbers. He's going to add quality. And Xavi, man, trust me, it's going to happen. I love this Ferran Torres move to Barcelona. I love it.
But 2010 Barcelona is dead and gone. Or 2010 Spain is dead and gone. Okay? You know, it's a new Spain that's going to win the day. Exactly. We're not going to bring back the old. So doing this whole, like, Barcelona is going to be the incubator for Spanish talent. I don't know. I think the world's changed. I think football's changed.
I agree with you. But Luis Enrique, like he really believes in the tic-tac in the Barcelona ways of working.
Yeah.
But Luis Enrique is a good coach, Bretson.
I agree. Absolutely.
Though. And I do think Gavi certainly loves the Spanish team now. Pedri loves it. And I'm gonna be honest. The big and the best Spanish talents there are Barcelona. They are Barcelona. Fati's at Barcelona.
Sure.
Pedri, Barcelona. Gavi, Barcelona. Like, even Nico, I could say, is one of the best Spanish talents. So I'm curious to see if Ramos is going to be selected in the Spanish national team. That's a big question, man.
We'll find out soon enough.
Because that's bold, man. But I understand that the world has different times now, but still, like, I like the Ferran Torres move to Barcelona. I like it personally. He's going to be the big man. He is going to be the big man, ahead of Depay. I like it. I prefer Ferran Torres going than Depay. Honestly, I prefer that.
Well, we'll get our answer soon enough. I mean, first he obviously has to get healthy again, but I was very surprised. I thought it was just kind of
conjecture. How much is it going to be?
That I don't know. I actually don't know because I didn't see a number that was hit with it. But he has reportedly already accepted a 5-year contract, right?
Yeah,
so I mean, it's got to be high enough. And my guess is maybe they prorated the transfer fee, and it's like over 5 years. Maybe they pay 5 million or 8 million or 15 million a year. I have no clue, but pretty soon we'll get Laporta saying that Ferran Torres is better than Mo Salah. You know, you know that quote is coming, right?
If you say Dembele better than Mbappe, that was a good one, bro. That was a good one.
It's just a matter of time. But hey, I gotta say, I did get to see a few of the highlights because we don't get Liga BWin here. I was very impressed with it's tough to step into Palhinha's shoes. Okay, I was very impressed with Manuel Ugarte. And it gave me a little glimpse of what Sporting would look when Palhinha inevitably moves on, right? So I was very, very impressed with him in that Sporting Benfica I guess you could say Ruben Amorim masterclass. Is that what you would call that?
100%. It was a
Okay.
Ruben Amorim 100% masterclass,
I
man.
mean, to do it
And
without two of your best players, that's impressive. So,
exactly. No Kovac, no Palhinha, but Ugarte. I love that you mentioning Ugarte first because that was my MVP of the match because he cleared Romario. Okay, Ugarte was on top of Romario the whole
mhm.
game, and Romario is the secret key for Benfica in that midfield. So that was, I think, that was the battle that won. Okay, the game for Sporting. Okay, Mateus Nunes and Ugarte.
Yeah.
That midfield, Mateus Nunes, man.
Yeah.
Mateus Nunes, Everton fans must be going crazy.
Yeah.
You missed out on one of the best young under 23 midfielders. Okay, he's really coming up. He's really coming up as a box to box. I don't know too many players with his work rate, running ability. Man, the ball conduction on Mateus Nunes, it's insane. Big rise to fame, man. Big rise to fame. So
yeah, and the funny thing is were they balking at the price? Is that what it was for Mateus Nunes?
Yes.
It was like what, 20 million or something, and they were balking
Yeah.
at that, considering some of the moves that Ronald Koeman made back in the day at Everton. 20 million is a drop in the bucket, considering the production they got out of those actual signings. So yeah, I'm going to be really interested to see if Mateus Nunes moves
you'll
on.
For more.
Yeah,
you'll leave for more than 20.
100%,
Brett.
absolutely,
100%. 30 million minimal.
Yeah,
minimal. I'll tell you a team that will get him for 30 million. Wolves would easily get him, and the second team is Tottenham. Those two teams with Conte with Mateus Nunes.
That'd be nice.
That would be good. That would
nice.
be a good duo, man.
Yeah,
that would be good.
But I do love it. I love that it was the young bucks, Ugarte and Mateus Nunes against Benfica, kicking ass. And then you go over, and obviously they had lesser competition, but Porto with Vitinha in their game. I mean, it's going to be a fun Porto Sporting matchup.
But Benfica, don't sleep on them to Jorge Jesus. If Jorge Jesus doesn't make anything, if Jorge Jesus doesn't even closely try the title, he's sacked. 100% sacked. So I won't discount them. And you're mentioning fast Vitinha.
Yeah.
One goal against Team Nins, and I watched that match, and he was such a good playmaker the whole game, man. Yeah. Okay, the ball at his feet, the technique. We love to see it about Vitinha, but Vitinha is really improving now as a playmaker on the field, man. Okay, we have Porto like slowly can get they didn't sell him for 20 million. Okay, right. So I'm saying I'm out here like seeing that. Maybe they have a plan for 40, 50. So Luis Diaz, they're going to get Luis Diaz 60, 70 million because Luis Diaz is the real deal, guys. Yeah, the real deal. He's so good.
Well, I'm looking forward. If you can find me a hawked stream of some sort, I'm looking forward to when Porto and Sporting meet some point in the future, because I want to see these guys against each other. But I do have to bring up a little stat. It's probably one that you've heard. It's probably one that you've seen. But Jose Mourinho's win percentage at Porto was 72%. Do you know what Ruben Amorim's is at Sporting?
76?
Close, yeah, 75. Yeah. So we all know what happened after Mourinho left Porto. Mostly good things, but just the fact that he's 36 years old.
Exactly.
I mean, he's a baby. We're talking about Wonderkids. He is a Wonderkid. Wonderkid manager. So it's
and the way he conducts himself, like I speak Portuguese, and I can tell you, Bretson, Ruben Amorim, he's 36, and he's the best spoken manager in the league. His press conferences are the most polite, educated, and tactically he just answers the journalists with respect. Okay, so the next generation, man, improving football. Ruben Amorim, really, guys, if you don't know too much about him, go check out his tactics. Three center backs. The new big managers that are coming in Europe seem to know that the 3 center backs is the key and the future. So Ruben Amorim, man, guys, put the notes.
We might have to do a young manager episode or something in the future.
And the young players, you got Nunes that improved with Ruben Amorim. You got Pedro Porro. You got Mateus Nunes. You got so many youngsters that improved with him. It's absolutely insane. And Gonçalo Inácio. Gonçalo Inácio, people don't sleep on him. 20 years old. 20 years old, man. He's so good too.
He is. And it's kind of a good segue into this. You mentioned Nuno Mendes, right? Did you see that not just Cristiano Ronaldo? We assumed that Cristiano Ronaldo would vote in some respect for Nuno Mendes. But did you see who else included him in his top 3?
Who?
For the Copa Trophy. Leo Messi.
Messi.
Yeah.
Leo Messi knows what's up.
Both the GOATs, right? Because you know what? I'm going to say it. There's 2 greatest of all times. I'm going to say it right here. But no, both the GOATs had Nuno Mendes at number 2. But I gotta say, Cristiano Ronaldo gets respect in my mind because I believe he is the only one. Guess who his number 3 was?
Girena.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep.
Why though?
Yeah, and I don't know why. I'll be honest. I love Gio Reyna. Obviously, I've said some bold things about him in the past, but the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo lends a little credence to what Reyna can deliver, you see the potential. I mean, he just oozes potential, and we got to get him healthy, and he's back in training. Yes, but I was very surprised. I don't know, maybe we shouldn't be surprised, but Cristiano Ronaldo's number 1 pick for the Copa Trophy, Pedri wasn't anywhere to be found. Guess who it was?
Mason Greenwood.
Yep.
And it was Modric too. Modric and Cristiano Ronaldo, they picked Mason Greenwood.
Yeah, and I don't know what they were smoking for that, but nothing against Mason Greenwood, but no, he's not number 1. In that sense, I think I know why Ronaldo did it. I know why Ronaldo did it because he's a teammate, but that also kind of sullies the whole process of it if you're just going to vote for a teammate. But whatever. Anyway, I had to bring that up because Nuno Mendes got some love from some very big people, and it was intriguing enough not to. But there is another Wonderkid I have to bring up here because we've talked about him in the past, but we don't spend a lot of time in Argentina, and there's quite a few, but we've talked about Major League Soccer as this stepping stone league that's coming, and they have no problem selling, like El Neuron and some others. But this is actually a big move that Fabrizio Romano is on top of. Thiago Almada, who has been linked with Manchester City, he's been linked with a bunch of European clubs, along also with Bielsa at Leeds. He's heading to Atlanta United for 16 million euros. 16 million euros. And the funny thing is, Fabrizio Romano maybe is in a little bit of hot water right now because he actually announced that on Twitter. And in MLS, you have all these weird roster rules, like designated players, and there's TAM, and I can go into all sorts of weird financial engineering crap. Anyway, Atlanta United haven't yet cleared the space in order to bring in a Thiago Almada. So the fact that Fabrizio Romano, who literally is the walking, truth bomb of this, transfer window, the fact that he announced it as pretty much being done, Atlanta United was forced to come out and say, whoa, we don't have a deal yet with him. We don't have a deal yet with him. And the reason being is because if they brought him in right now, they would be roster non-compliant. And they would literally have to get rid of one of their really good players, like an Ezequiel Barco, for cheap. Okay. So I just went into a whole lot of craziness, but it's a lot of fun watching some of these names like Thiago Almada. Julian Alvarez at one point was linked with Major League Soccer. I think he's beyond that now. But Almada to Atlanta United, Almada's come out and he said, I want to move to Major League Soccer before I then take the step to Europe. So it's seen as like this nice little 3-year window. But just wanted to bring that up because 16 million for MLS.
No, 100%.
That is a sizable chunk of change. So
100%, man. And I just wanted to say, like, Fabrizio Romano is more of a verification than even the WhatsApp sent button. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So if that man is saying that the transfer is happening, that transfer is happening. But Almada 60 million Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's a good mention because that Almada was being mentioned to go to City, all these clubs. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting, man. Interesting. MLS turning up.
We'll see.
Talj Magnu. Then
Yeah.
he went to the MLS. How is he doing in Brenner?
Well, we're probably going to see him on actually tomorrow, and I got to give a shout out right now since he set it up nicely to my hometown team, the Philadelphia Union. Will play the biggest game in their club's history tomorrow, and maybe we can even post something, helping them along because COVID just hit the Union, which means that they're going to likely play with like an academy team versus NYCFC, who's going to be missing their top goal scorer, which means Talis Magno might actually see the field. So a lot of craziness tomorrow. But anyway, we can move on from MLS because I think we're going to do a live for MLS Cup, right?
It's in the books. It's in the books.
It's in the books.
Sure.
We're thinking about
in the books.
So
I gotta mention this here in the Wonderkids because
yes.
every live stream, okay, it must be a Danish support, a Swedish fan. Okay, exactly, Scandinavian fan, always giving the love to this player, to this Wonderkid. And if you're listening to the pod, it's your time now. It's Rooney Bargy, okay?
Yep.
Copenhagen 16-year-old scored his first professional goal, okay?
Yep.
He went bold, and I had to mention, okay? So, guys, watch out. Copenhagen salad, Sweden, okay? So, yeah.
But the funny thing is last episode, I talked about 3 18-year-olds that played for FC Copenhagen, and somehow I slept on the fact that Rooney Bargy started that game, right? And here's the funny thing is, you said he was 16, right? He literally just turned 16. So he's like more 15 than he's 16. And this kid is, he's seen as like just very exciting. And he kind of reminds me like Jeppe Kjær. You remember that name? And I may have screwed up the last name. But the previous youngest Superliga goal scorer ever was, I believe, Jeppe Kjær, who ended up making the leap to Ajax's youth academy. Okay, we haven't seen him play for Ajax yet, but Rooney Bargy is seen as a much, much bigger possible talent. And in 2 games, he's already scored a goal. So I think Copenhagen. Can somebody send me a Copenhagen jersey? Right? Because 3 18-year-olds and a 16-year-old and you're 11 last week. That's unbelievable. That's
there
fun.
You go. And you mentioned Ajax fast. Anthony keeps on performing, guys. 2 goals in 61 minutes, man. Keeps on the gift that keeps on giving. Anthony. Seriously. Okay, we're always mentioning that he's gonna have a transfer, and every game he sees the guarantee that that's gonna happen. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, from a domestic league perspective, you almost wish that there was a step up that he could take. But then you think about how Ajax is doing in the Champions League, and you're like, it's so tough because Anthony is better than the Eredivisie right now. He is. He just is. He's better than the Eredivisie. But Ajax is also stepping up their game to the point where they're becoming a very fun team to watch in the Champions League. But you wish that there was a higher level that Anthony could take without potentially leaving Ajax. But we're pretty sure some point soon, Anthony's going to make a big move. Right?
But like, imagine how much money is Ajax going to get with Timber, Haller, Anthony, okay, and Gravenberch. More than 200 million, maybe, with these 4. Insane.
It is
insane, man.
Yeah. Okay. And you want to talk about the gift that keeps on giving? Dusan Tadic. I mean, like he's just like cemented in for 20 goals, 20 assists every season now with Ajax. It's unbelievable.
I agree. What a sir. What a sir, man. He's becoming an Ajax legend. Deserving legend, man. He's late in his career, just like Daley Blind. But Daley Blind, like he was a former Ajax academy player. So, but Tadic, big ups to him, man. Yeah. Big ups to him. But quick question: do you think Haller is going to stay at Ajax though, with all this?
It's funny. I mean, I don't know. I don't know because I think there's a little bit of a Luka Jovic effect going on with some of these big strikers. Okay. And, I know Jovic is a young player as well, but Sebastian Haller obviously has had just one ridiculous season, one unbelievable season, and it's not even done yet. Right. So I don't know if people are going to balk and he's going to have to spend another season to see if he can replicate it. And then, somebody springs for him maybe next winter, not this winter. but that would seemingly be like the best due diligence. But you never know. Somebody big needs a striker, comes in. If you've got the ability to serve Sebastian Haller, we'll put the ball in the back of the net. It's that simple. And West Ham didn't have that answer. Ajax does. So
guys, if there's anything that we've missed out in the Wonderkids news, okay, just put down in the comment section below, guys, and like the video and show support to the FC Wonderkid community. So last topic, okay, you guys enjoyed the quick fire, okay, last podcast, and now it's time, man, because now it's my time to do the questions, okay?
Man.
And I got some fun questions here, but I have ones that I need the answers, Breton, okay?
Oh boy. Okay, and I just have to preface this. Alex is born for quick fires. Me, I am an over preparer. So off the cuff, I'm probably gonna say something stupid. So get ready.
So, Breton,
yes.
who would you think had a better managerial career, Mourinho or Guardiola?
Oh goodness.
I'm putting you on the spot, Breton.
Yeah, no, I think I can say Mourinho.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I can say Mourinho. Just what he's done with the resources on the way up, who he took there. I think obviously the better manager right now is Pep Guardiola, but in terms of over the course of the career, as of right now, Jose Mourinho, for sure.
Guardiola with Mourinho's budget would be in the mud. Just wanted to say that. So another question. So who would you prefer in the Premier League as one of the best wingers? Mo Salah or Eden Hazard?
Oh, Mo Salah.
Mo Salah ahead of us? Hazard?
I would pick Mo Salah ahead of Eden Hazard, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, and there might be a little bit of a recency bias there. But once again, I mean, he's just electric, and I get it. Hazard has had good seasons, very good seasons. I mean, world-class seasons, best in the world seasons. But Mo Salah has just been so consistent for them, and he's so good right now. So yeah, Salah. Okay,
so fictional situation over here. USC fight between Pep and Sergio Ramos. Who are you backing? Who is going to bowl the most?
Pep has the brawn. Pep has the brawn. But I feel like Sergio Ramos has the smarts, so I'm gonna take Sergio Ramos.
Man, you gotta go bold with Pep, man. You gotta go bold.
I don't know. I feel like Sergio Ramos would run him around, get him tired, and then take him out with one punch.
Love to see it. Love to see it. So
wait, hold on. I gotta throw that one back at you. I gotta throw that one back.
I'm going bold. I'm going Pep, man. I'm going bold. I'm going Pep. I'll go Pep.
Okay.
I'll go Pep on this.
What would Pep's big move be? That's what I want to know. Like the headbutt.
It would be headbutt for sure. It would be a headbutt. So third, I don't know. Another question.
Yeah.
Peak Suarez or peak Benzema?
Ooh.
I want to know. Peak MSN. I want to know.
I'm gonna say peak Benzema. No.
Peak Benzema ahead of Suarez.
I don't, because Suarez was so good as the sum of the parts. I get it, right? I mean, come on. MSN, right? We understand that. But Benzema, dude.
Yeah, I was born for quick fires. I told you, man.
I don't know. I'm sticking with Karim Benzema. I'm sticking with Karim Benzema because Ronaldo. Yes, Benzema.
Okay, so who would win in a head-to-head game? Arsenal Invincibles or Chelsea's Thomas Tuchel 2021 team?
Oh, the Invincibles.
Invincibles. I don't agree. Modern day football, man. It's a different breed. This is not United over here. It's an organized team at Chelsea.
You set this up. You knew that I was going to say the Invincibles. I can't go beyond. I mean, Vieira, Henry. I mean, just what a team that was. And they were, I don't know, they were like modern football previous to modern football being called modern football. I still stick with it. Yeah. Or maybe it's just because I just watched Chelsea lose to West Ham. I have no clue.
Okay, so final question.
Yes.
Who's gonna finish above? Aston Villa or Wolves? Who's gonna finish ahead in the league higher? Aston Villa or
Yeah.
Wolves?
I like Gerard's Villa to do it. Yeah. I mean, I think he's going to be able to use Leon Bailey very well. Hell, if he can get Buendia back, doing good things again, I think they've got the midfield. Wolves is too helter skelter for me. I honestly believe Aston Villa will do a very good job in the second half of the season. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
I don't have many bold statements here. I don't know if that's the question or if I just don't have that crazy opinions.
I think, but if you want to end up the podcast with a bold statement, I'm gonna come with a bold statement to end the podcast. Cool. Because I came here and I said previously, if we had 100K subs on YouTube, I would go bold. That didn't work out too well. So I think I'm gonna do a reasonable offer. Reasonable. So guys, if we get to 1 million followers on TikTok, you just need to click on that plus button over there.
Yep.
I will go bold live on Twitch. Okay. 1 million followers on TikTok, FC Wonderkid.
Yeah.
We will be going bold on Twitch.
And I think we can back that up with substance in the sense that the ideas that we have for FC Wonderkid have not even started after 8 months, have not even started to be realized in that sense.
Exactly.
So, like we envision like being live as much as possible with some different personalities, with inviting people on and getting we're just getting our feet wet in this. And
exactly.
So
it's all a process, guys. It's
absolutely.
all a process.
But the only way we get there is the like button, the subscribe button. It is the only way we get there.
By going bold, man. It's by going bold for sure. So guys, if there's anything we forgot to mention in the podcast, please put down below in the comment section. If you're listening until now, like the video, okay? It's a huge help to like the podcast. And yeah, guys, thank you for supporting FC Wonderkid. And yeah, you're part of one of the boldest communities out there, okay?
All right.
So episode 33, it's in the wraps. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, peace out, guys.
See ya.